How's everyone tonight? Tony Barr out of the 138th district of the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. This is a new program that'll be my program. It'll only appear once a week in regards to the conditions of the people of the city of Bridgeport. And we're looking to try to improve the quality of life of the people of the city of Bridgeport. So, to all the people in the city of Bridgeport, whether you're in agreement with myself or in disagreement, or if you care about your kids, if you care about the conditions of the people in the city of Bridgeport, then no one could ever be against what I'm saying or what I'm going to express tonight. I've had great opportunities for the past 8 years to go nationally on the conditions of the city of Bridgeport. CNN, Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS, all contacted myself over 2-3 years ago, asking me would I give a live interview. And I've declined those things in regards. There's no reason for me to accept them under the circumstances of the conditions of the people in the city of Bridgeport. When I say the conditions of the people of the city of Bridgeport, I'm referencing to the kids, the future, and their future is not bright, not just in Bridgeport, but anywhere and everywhere in the United States of America. It's just that simple. People say a lot of times that their perceptions of views on myself from the political arena that I'm a renegade or anti anything that would be for the betterment of the people of the city of Bridgeport. And that's not true. It's contrary to what I stand for. The majority of the people of the city of Bridgeport are not for the betterment of our kids, of opportunities for our teenagers. When I say kids, I mean the little guys. When I say youth, 13 and up. What I want to say tonight, this is a new program that I will only do this show once a week. This is more or less a political program. Every elected official in the city of Bridgeport, I will ask them individually to participate or partake, coming here and telling me the things that they've done to enhance the quality of life for the young people in the city of Bridgeport, for our kids, for our youth. These are very important things that why we're not growing, why there's so much violence, why there's so much death for young people in our community. We have to, at some point, make an intelligent decision to say this can no longer play in our community or in the communities of the city of Bridgeport. I am a diehard Bridgeporter. I love Bridgeport. I love all the families in the city of Bridgeport. I respect everyone in the city of Bridgeport. But this is a political show. Because I want to ask every elected official, as an elected official, I was challenged that I'm not even an elected official by Councilwoman Maria Pereira. See, sometimes you're elected and sometimes there's different rules, the charter of the city of Bridgeport, and I don't believe she understands what the charter of the city of Bridgeport. I want to make it clear to her. If you have a vote and the people render a decision, then you are an elected official. I don't want no apology from you, but you will be my first guest on this show. Maria Pereira, councilwoman out of the 138th district, which is my district, says that I could never contact her or reach out to her on no level, and I live in the same district. I'll call you anytime I want to. I'll reach out to you anytime I want to. You're my councilwoman. And you have a duty and an obligation to me and everyone else in the 138th district. And you're going to honor that. And anything that you choose to do outside of that, go right ahead. I'll applaud you. Do it. Because you're not going to make me believe that since you're an elected official, and you say I'm not an elected official, but you're on social media, OIB, talking about what an elected official is, then I'm a part of that same stuff that you are now condemning people for as doing things outside as being elected officials. Get your act together, Councilwoman Maria Pereira. Get your acts in order. Get what is right by the people of the city of Bridgeport that go out and surrender their votes or render their votes for the improvement of the quality of life in the city of Bridgeport. And you took me to court twice, and the judges agreed with myself as opposed to you. And now you've been attacking me and been sending me friend requests and so forth and so on. I do not have a problem with your friend requests. I do not have a problem with you. The only thing that Tony Barr is concerned with is that the rainy day fund in Hartford, Connecticut has a $2.9 billion surplus. $2.9 billion surplus. And we shortchanged the Orchid Boys and Girls Club, where I grew up in as a kid in the 80s, early 70s, mid 80s, about not protecting or funding this particular Boys and Girls Club. You shortchanged them. Think about what I'm going to say to you. They have a surplus on the rainy day fund of $2.9 billion. And you're going to take $225,000 away from these kids here, the inner city kids, the poorest kids in the state of Connecticut. You're going to take that away from them for whatever your reasons are. I'm not going to get into what your reasons may be. I don't even care about them. $2.9 billion surplus in the rainy day fund up in Hartford. And you're going to take this away from the kids. Parents, all the parents in the city of Bridgeport, all over the city of Bridgeport, this is about your kids. This is about putting them in an environment where we know that they will be safe, or where we know that they should be safe. And we're taking that away from them. We're taking these fundings away from the kids. There is so many other areas. This is a political show that will be Tony Barr. I'm calling every elected official in the city of Bridgeport. If you don't come on this show and defend the things that you render against the club, then you are not a part of what's right for the people of the city of Bridgeport. You cannot tell me that you're standing on right and you're not doing anything to improve the quality of life for these babies that look like myself. This is about protecting the babies of the city of Bridgeport, whether they be black, brown, white, or others. It's our duty as a community to protect them, give them opportunity. I don't play politics, but this is a political program structure. Because when you say program, that means you're programming whatever the program may be to the beneficial of your side. I'm not playing programs or programs. I'm playing how could we improve the quality of life for the people of the city of Bridgeport, for our kids, for our teenagers, for all the people in the city of Bridgeport. We're in a battle for improving the quality of life. Everyone in Bridgeport, every parent in Bridgeport, that you're on Facebook, you're crying, you lost a young child, one of your siblings, one of your babies, all those things. This is what I'm about. How do we fix it? You want to fix it? Support Tony Barr. I'm out of the 138th district as an elected official, and we have the council person, Maria Pereira, who's an elected official as well, says that I'm not even an elected official by the charter. The charter works sometimes for the beneficiary of them, and it doesn't work. But I would not be able to sit here and say I'm an elected official if we didn't go out, knock on doors, door to door, all over the 138th district a year and a half ago and win an election. She says that doesn't make you an elected official. Really, Maria Pereira, councilwoman? Really? I have never seen you, Maria Pereira, at the Orchid Boys and Girls Club. I've never seen you here. And you talk about how much you love the kids, the public schools over charter schools. Okay, fine. I respect that. But all the kids over here in Orchid Boys and Girls Club, they're public schools, Maria. Councilwoman Maria Pereira. These are public school kids. And you claim how much you love the public schools. You claim how much you respect the public schools. How 20,000 kids and you anti-charter school. Stop the BS. Stop the BS. Stop the BS. You do not care one iota about the public school or the kids in the public school. You have all these things on your social media page of all these black and brown babies, how you so much care for them. Stop it. Stop it. I would respect you more if you were just honest in regards to your true reality. You're not even willing to face your own reality, Maria Pereira. But I'm going to say this to you again so that way this doesn't get lost in the sauce. You are the 138th District Councilwoman, which I reside in. I am one of your constituents. I'll call your damn phone anytime that I want to. And you better answer it. Because that's what your job says you're supposed to do. And you can record anything in regards to what I said to you or what you said back to me. But as a resident of or constituent of that district, I call your phone anytime I want. She said, you better not never call. I will have the police. I'll put a police report and have you this. You can do whatever damn thing you want to. It won't mean nothing in the court of law because you are an elected official. I'm an elected official. You say you're an elected official, but you said Tony Barr is not even an elected official, which is ignorance on your behalf. Sometimes you want to come across as being intelligent. You go all OIB, you go through the paper and say all these wonderful things. This is not about Tony Barr. This is not about Councilwoman Maria Pereira. This is not about Tony Barr, 138th District elected official, Maria Pereira, Councilwoman, elected official. This is not about that. The things that you say and do, you attack everyone's criminal background, but you never put your criminal background. So when Maria Pereira, if you're going to attack anyone, criminal history or background, first, before you attack them, put yours out there. The things that you've done. Put those things out. But again, this is not about Maria Pereira. We'll not give you no more glory because you love this stuff. And this is about the kids of the city of Bridgeport. This is about the club that I grew up in as a child that shaped me and molded me and made me who I am today. Did I make mistakes after I left the club as a man or a young man? Absolutely. Had nothing to do with the goals and duties of what the Boys and Girls Club on 102 Park Street stood for. Anyone in the city of Bridgeport that ever walked in this club through your walks of life as kids or young people or young men or as a man, get up off your behinds and start recognizing, start respecting. We have a rainy day fund up in Hartford that has a $2.9 billion surplus. $2.9 billion surplus. I don't want you to think that I made a mistake on the number. $2.9 billion surplus. I didn't say 2.9 million. I said 2.9 billion surplus. And they're denying the kids on the poorest side of town, the largest city that I'm a part of, will always stand for these kids. $225,000. Let's laugh together. $225,000. This show here that Tony Barr is doing, it's called the Barr Exam, and it's all political people in the city of Bridgeport from the lowest term will be invited, and if they choose not to show up, if they do not come, I still would do the show on the day that they said they would come, or the day that I asked them to come and they declined. I'll come on and speak on their behalf and explain why they did not show up, about these black and brown babies and white babies and the kids of the city of Bridgeport. This is what it means to me. This is about our kids. I went to all the private and parochial schools and still failed as in that era of my life. But I'm a winner today. 8 years fighting for the Boys and Girls Club, 102 Park Street, fighting for what's right, fighting, trying to improve the quality of life for the people of the city of Bridgeport and their kids, the parents. The parents, you have to start coming out to these things. You can have a knee-jerk reaction to, oh, how do we get this? How do we do it? Oh, we outraged. Stop it. You can be outraged all you like. If you'd have came out in numbers to support your children, your child, your kids, and you're not even doing that. So you got me in a precarious position. I had numerous opportunities to do like all the other leadership that's supposed to be defending you and protecting your kids and protecting the things that will make sense for us. And they've been sold out. I'm not selling out. I want what's right and what's best for the kids of the city of Bridgeport. You can put all these things, you can do all these stories, how great things are in the city of Bridgeport. If you believe in those things, you're living a lie. If you believe in the things that you see as improvement of the quality of life for the people of the city of Bridgeport, then you're living a lie. If you believe those things, then you're not even believing in your faith. If you believe that the quality of life is at an all-time high for improvement of the quality of life for the people of the city of Bridgeport that make up the masses of the people of color, then you might as well just believe in the police department. They make up 95% of the population. They don't look like the people in the city of Bridgeport, and they're doing a wonderful and great job. And if you believe in that, then you also might as well believe in that we don't need funding. We don't need funding in our school systems, in the public school systems, or any of those things. And if you believe that, you also should believe that we don't need job opportunities for the 85% of the people that make up the majority of the people of the city of Bridgeport. Believe in that as well. If you believe that, believe in that our churches of all denominations believe that things are better, and we know that they're not. The crime rate is one of the highest in the whole country. But believe in those things. And all I ask you to do is believe in Jesus Christ. Everyone posts constantly on Facebook how God has given them this and that, and hasn't given your kids no chance. Haven't given the felons no chance. Haven't given non-felons of color no chance. And given everyone else the greatest chance. So if you want Tony Barr, an elected official, I believe I am. I'm not even sure if I'm an elected official anymore. But you know what I do believe in? I believe in that the Boys and Girls Club. And this show is not about the Boys and Girls Club. This show here is about Tony Barr. And it's called the Barr Exam. And this is a political show. And I'm going to, every week, because it'll be once a week, I'm going to tell you who we're inviting to come to the show. And if they do not show up, they are not at the best interest of you, your kids, and any opportunities for the people of the city of Bridgeport that make up 85% of the population. I'm going to say that again. We're going to invite every elected official, every community activist. Their names will be posted on YouTube and Facebook. And if they do not come and sit and speak with me about how can we improve things, about what they've done in the course of all the years they've been in the political arena, then they have no interest or no respect for the people of the city of Bridgeport. Because if you're going to decline not to come on this show, if you're going to decline as an elected official and you standing for integrity, you're standing for respect, you're standing for what's right, you're standing for the Constitution, you're standing for democracy. If you're not going to show up on this show, You ain't standing, excuse me, you're not standing for none of those things. I get all the problems that you do not even address. When parents lose their loved ones, they have programs and organizations that step up to the plate. They can only do so much. And it's upon Tony Barr. I'm not elected official by Maria Pereira's take. Tony Barr, a community guy that grew up in the community, that does so much more than anyone. I put my resume, Tony Barr put his resume against any program from the city of Bridgeport, any program from the state of Connecticut, any program from the police department, any program from the school system, any program for outside of the school system with the community leadership, and my program wins every time. But you know what I am? An outcast. And you know what the Boys and Girls Club, Orchid Boys and Girls Club is? An outcast. But your kids need a safe haven, a safe zone. It was safe for me in the late 70s and early 80s, and it's still a safe zone. You've never heard of anyone being shot, stabbed, beat up, brutalized at this club. You know why? Because the history of it says those things are not going to take place. Will never take place. So, again, no disrespect to no one. Politically, activists, church leaders, change is going to take place. And the Boys and Girls Club, think of a surplus. $2.9 billion that Hartford has up there. Hartford has $2.9 billion and won't even give or refusing to give. The Orchid Boys and Girls Club, $225,000. Because you mad? You can be mad all you like. Because all the same people up in Hartford that are denying funding to the Boys and Girls Club, you have kids too. It's not affecting your kids, so you're going to affect the kids that do not look like you, but the majority of you up there, and I'll give you the same thing that I give the Bridgeport Police Department. 95% of you guys up there look like the police department. So this is a continuation of starving the poor. Starving the poor. Starving that people that do not look like you. And I'll say this to you. So I want everyone in the city of Bridgeport to understand this. Everyone. All the felons. All the people they call criminals. I'm a criminal too. My history says I am a criminal. Every person that is arrested for a gun or any other charges, it's a document up in Hartford. You can go and read, mainly on guns, to know that you were arrested for that weapon. Then you want to know why the process takes so long? The people up in Hartford then send these things back to each city in Connecticut about what they should or shouldn't do, or we just was overloaded, and now we sending this back. And if you go to court, when your lawyer says, your attorney says, well, it's a continuance. The continuance is to see what Hartford is saying what they should or shouldn't do with your case or your charges. Again, this is not about slandering anyone, but the Boys and Girls Club that I am a part of, that I stand for, that has a surplus of $2.9 billion, and they're asking for $225,000, and you're denying those funds, please. This is a political show. This is not about anyone that opposes, and you can be a part of that. This is about our kids. This is about Bridgeport. We've been last too long. We've been last since your great grandfather woke up here in Bridgeport. That's how far we're behind. Now you think about your grandparents or your great grandfathers, the ones that can remember their grandfather. Oh, that was my. Oh, I love them. Okay, that's how far we're behind in the political arena, in job opportunities, in education, in all the things that we can say should make sense, make absolutely no sense. Zero. This is about Tony Barr. I wholeheartedly support not allowing the elected people, who I do still wholeheartedly support, and there's, oh, these are the rules. I get the rules. But when you're in a casket, we don't need any more rules. When our babies are in a casket, we do not need any more rules from a democracy, from our legislative leaders, from our elected officials. It's over. It's in God's hands now. What I'm saying is, before we get to these parts of where there's no return, how can we start addressing the things that will make sense to our communities all across the nation? But I'm only concerned about the community that I live in, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Leadership, black and brown, of all of color, even whites, have disrespected us. Hasn't even respected us. Haven't even supported us. Haven't even done anything, and they use you guys to come say things are great, things are going well, we're doing this. I'm not trying to throw no one under the bus. I've been under the bus since I came home, 8 years. Thrown under the bus by my own people. Thrown under the bus by the people that look just like myself, that say they love the kids, their kids, the community kids, black and brown. It takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. Where's that village today? Where is that village that's supposed to say, oh, hell no, we're not standing for that? Every parent, every father, every cousin, every niece, every nephew, no. We're not standing for that. And we're standing for it. We're standing for the things that I just said, that has been the biggest detriment to our communities. You're standing for it on all levels. You're standing, and I'm taking a knee. Tony Barr is taking a knee because you're standing. I'm taking a knee. I'm taking that knee to pray, offering prayer to our community. I'm taking that knee, asking God to forgive you for standing when I was kneeling and praying. I'm asking God, I'm asking Christ, I'm asking Muhammad, I'm asking all the believers in faith. My knee is not in vain. My knee is, how could you stand and give substance to something that you truly know held no value on no level? I've declined for the past 4 years. NBC, ABC, CNN, Fox, all the major networks, because I don't have a reason to speak with them. Why would I? Why would I speak to these major networks when my condition in my city hasn't changed on no level? On zero. Zero. It's a zero in my community. Zero from the Latinos and African Americans, all the other people of color, and I'm looking to be a hero. And this is not a knock on them. Reality is reality. The votes tell me the things that have been put on record says who did what. And the things that have been put on record is a reflection of the people that look just like the community. Just like our community. Just like the people that live in our community has been the biggest supporters of death on our kids everywhere in America, in our community. And they said, when you say, well, why you say death everywhere on our community or communities? Because I can leave Bridgeport, Connecticut, and go to a community in Alaska, and our kids will still be facing the same problem. Facing the same problems from an educational standpoint, facing the same problems when they leave that no good educational system, go into the workplace, be reduced back to the level of you didn't even have an education. The system says that the job fairs or the job titles say you didn't even have an education. We're going to start you off at a slave level. When do we face our own reality? When will our communities all across the country face the true realities of the things that are taking place in our communities? And I'm sorry if you take me as I laugh. Yeah, I did laugh because you can have no credentials, zero, nothing by the standards and by the quote unquote system, and be white and you're right. You don't have to have no credential to be white and be right in our community. To educate our kids, to work, jobs, or be put in a position of authority to hire people. How could a non-qualified person, qualifications again, how could you not be qualified, but you can have a person of color, and you of a European descent say, well, you're not qualified for the position, and you're not qualified to tell him what you just told him. But it's okay in our communities. It's okay. You're not qualified, and it takes our people through voting, through our system, and they put you in a position. So there's no trust in our community on no level or levels. You would put a person in a position to govern over your child or your kids, and you good with it. Or you will put a person in our police department that carries those same things, but look like the community, and you say, oh, give them a chance. Give them a chance. And when you have a second chance program that's not giving no felon that I know of from my generation, not even myself, give them a chance. And we can't get not a second chance, just the first chance. You go to prison, most of us spend decades in prison. Decades incarcerated. Educate ourselves on the level that would put us in a position not only just to be considered, but more qualified than the people that are non-felons. And we still get no opportunity. Zero. Here I am, a guy, 8 years, and I don't even have a job. But you know what job I do have? I have the job by the creator of the heavens and the earth. He gave me a job. And you know what he said? To all the believers, to all, God did this, God did that. God said, keep doing what you're doing. Jesus said, keep doing what you're doing. Muhammad said, keep doing what you're doing. Because he said, both of them said, on the day of Yom Kippur, the day of judgment, the day when you will be proven by your actions in this life. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm going to continue to do what I do. And my heart and my soul is with God first and foremost. And everything in this life that I'm authorized to say by God, I will say those things, is that I'm trying to enlighten and enhance and improve the quality of life for our people. Not just our people. Any person in the city of Bridgeport that resides in the city of Bridgeport. This is what this is about. I don't see color. I see opportunities, aspirations, goals, dreams. Dr. King had a dream. And his dream prospers to a level. Malcolm X, he had a dream and a vision and was assassinated, murdered, brutally murdered, with his babies in attendance by other black men, people that he trusted, people that he believed in, people that he thought would protect him, and they were there for his demise. They were there for that purpose. So, again, this is going to be a great show. This is called the Barr Exam. And I'm personally going to call every elected official each week, one at a time. And the name that I post on Facebook or YouTube, and if they don't show up, that look just like myself or do not look like me, if they do not show up, then I hopefully, the people of the city of Bridgeport will get a better understanding of who's for them and who's not for them. We have 10 districts in the city of Bridgeport. The smallest level, which I'm a part of, is called a Democratic Town Committee. There's 9 people on that line or committee. That make up 90 people out of the 10 districts. They have a greater say. They're the small persons or people on that level, but they have a greater say on who gets supported when it comes to the Democratic convention endorsing a particular person. And no one is the same black and brown people that are on all these districts all over the city of Bridgeport has never endorsed anything that looked like them. Just think about that. You don't have to endorse me. God has endorsed me. They say you need this in life, you need that, you need to do this, you need to get that. Nope. If God has you, all you have to do is keep waking up by his rules. If he allows you to continue to wake up. So I hear all, and I'm not knocking no one's how do you go about worshiping and what you believe, how to go about worshiping. And in Bridgeport, through our voting, all we've ever worshiped is something that does not look like us, and that maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. I'm looking at it for all the years, and it hasn't been nothing positive for us as people. But our people still jump up and scream this how they love them, and thank you for this, and thank you. And we're sending our kids to the grave. Kids, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Now, in my faith, when you reach 40, that's what God says in Islam, that you have matured to be a man. Look at how many young people we've lost all over the country. And Muhammad, Soho Layla Salam, the Rasulullah Sallallahu says, a man will not reach, a young man or any man in this life will not mature until he reaches 40. If God, subhanahu wa ta'ala, sallallahu sallam, grants him the opportunity to reach that level in life. To all the believers in Islam, and to all the believers in anything faith-wise. I'm not here to be a pastor. I'm not a pastor, not a bishop, not a preacher. I'm just an everyday black man trying to figure out how can we improve the things that you guys keep making sure on all levels, through our community leadership, through our elected officials, and through our churches. How do we address the things that I'm talking about? When will you address it? When will you decide to say, you know what, a child's life is more value to my worldly gain in my community? A child's life. Moving forward, not going to the grave at 12. Being given an opportunity to live a life if it's God's will. He doesn't have to go to the grave through gun violence. He doesn't have to go to the grave in a car accident. If God grants him the right to be in a position to live a prosperous and respectful life, give that to them. But do not continue to make it harder through policies that are man-made policies, that you're not even a part of the policy, that anything that happens to the kids that look like myself and look like you, it doesn't matter, because you're going to stand and say, we support wrong. When will you support right? When will you support the things that you say you worship and stand on? What I will say tonight, this show is called the Barr Exam. And I'm going to examine every political person in the city of Bridgeport, even the mayor. Even the mayor. Even the city attorneys. The council people. The state representatives. The state senators. The Democratic town committee members. And if they do not come here, and you love your kids, and you love your family, and you love education, and you love job opportunity, and you love not sitting in the prison, then you will stand with Tony Barr. So I'm going to end it tonight on this note. This is the Tony Barr exam, and we're examining the political leaders from the municipality in the city of Bridgeport on every level. God bless you. I love you. And all the parents, I love you guys. All the kids that are suffering, all the people that don't have job opportunities, all the people that are homeless, all the people that are just trying to figure it out. You don't have to figure it out anymore. Look at me. I figured it out. God bless you and have a great night.